Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Hope you all are doing well in this pandemic situation. Just maintain social distancing, don't walk out of your home and always wear a mask. Stay home, stay safe. Hello, I am Niraj. Today, I am here to tell about some most cruel torture techniques which were used in the time of Middle Age to torture the victims. So let's get started with the first episode of our series, that is the most brutal torture techniques. Here comes the first technique, that is the rat in a bucket murder. This is one of the most fiendish forms of rat torture that involves placing a rat inside a half cage and in a top of restrained person's abdomen. And then, the cage is slowly heated with the magma coals, which means the heated coal. And then, as the temperature rises within the bucket, the rat becomes very desperate to escape the heat. In the case, the rat began to bury through the only soft surface it can find. That is the victim's flesh. With the sharp claws and teeth, the rat quickly gnaws its way into the victim's bowels, causing excruciating pain and terror, and unfortunately the victim dies a disastrous death. The next brutal torture technique is the Tucker telephone. This involves an old-fashioned telephone wired in sequence with 2 high voltage batteries. Electrodes coming from it were attached to a prisoner's big toe into the penis. The electrical components of the phone were modified in such a way that cranking the telephone sent an electric shock of 450 volts through the victim's body. This horrific electric shock transforms the body into ashes and victim dies a painful death. These torture are nothing. The coming 3 are the worst of all the time. The third torture is the flaying, also called as skening. Flaying, also known as skening, is a method of slow and painful execution in which skin is removed from the body. Generally, an attempt is made to keep the removed portion of skin intact. Causes of death due to flaying are shock, critical loss of blood or other body fluids, hypothermia, or infections, and that the actual death is estimated to occur from a few hours up to a few days after the flaying. After the skin is peeled off from the body of victim, only muscles remain on his body. If he's still alive, then he is exposed to sun with the temperature up to 60 degrees so that the victim dies due to burning or gets evaporated. Aren't these the most brutal torture techniques? Hold on. There are again 2 to come. The next worst and the brutal torture technique is the brazen bull. The name of this technique is itself enough to bring shivering in body. This involves a big bull, which was made entirely out of bronze, hollow, with a door in one side. According to legends, the brazen bull was designed in the form and size of an actual bull, which had an acoustic apparatus that converted screams into the sound of a bull. Victims were set to enter inside the bull, and then the door was locked, and also their tongue was cut down. After that, a fire was burned up under the bull, and it was heated to a point that it was red hot. And then, victims inside were roasted to death. The head of the bull have a specialized tubes that converted the screams of the tortured criminals into the bellowing of an infuriated bull. And now comes the last but not the least. The Chinese water torture technique. Chinese water torture, or a dripping machine, is a mentally painful process in which cold water is slowly dripped onto the scalp, forehead or face for a prolonged period of time. The process causes fear and mental deterioration in the subject. The pattern of the drops is often irregular, and the cold sensation jarring, which causes anxiety as a person tries to anticipate the next drip. This causes a heavy anxiety attack, and victim dies a disastrous death. So these were the 5 most brutal torture techniques in the Middle Age. Hope you liked the video. If yes, then please subscribe our channel and click the bell icon to get notification of our next video. So till then we will take your leave. We'll meet in the next episode of this series. Till then, stay home and stay safe.